those chemicals come out, and they sometimes come back down, or they flow all over the country, all over the world. But that, if you are sensitive to those chemicals, you will get sick.
Yeah.
I got a couple friends I visit sometimes. I do not go on Friday evenings. Friday afternoons, no. I'll wait maybe Saturday or Sunday. That's how bad it is over there.
And you're probably smelling.
Oh, yeah. Burn your eyes, burn your nose.
In fact, I have a protocol for when you are in what we call a fence line community, a community that's very close to a petrochemical plant. And my protocol is that when you, and I developed this because so many of my associates, friends were either sick or dying. And when you come home after visiting, you know, just stand in front of your washing machine and strip right there. If you don't have a washing machine, then just take your clothes off, put them in a garbage bag, and keep them separate from everything else. Number two, get in the shower, bathtub, whatever, and wash everything. In fact, including your hair. Because, you know, I just know that when I visit communities and I ask, like little children, how many people here suffer from asthma or bronchitis, and this is just anecdotal, but everybody in the household, who has the mic? It wasn't you.
But I think I was you have. I think it was that site you had got up out here. You're gonna have to call them back up out here again.
She said that was Satan that you had tore down earlier, but the spirits was doing what the spirits had to do, the Holy Spirit.
And woke the brother up over here.
Hallelujah. Anyway, that's my protocol. You know, that you wash everything. In fact, it's so much easier if you wear a hair wrap when you go into a fence line community. I told you about, you know, when we first, when I was just doing tenant housing, that kind of thing. My friend that went into that with me died the day after my birthday this year, August 31st. Most of the people that were deep into the movement when I came are dead, because it's poison, as Pat said. And it's insidious, and it is a situation, I believe, that the general population figures it won't affect them. But as our survey just showed, everybody breathes air. Everybody drinks water. And you can say if you want to, oh, well, I'll drink bottled water. What you bathe in? You know, whatever your excuse is for it's okay. It's real. Just like it doesn't matter how much money they make or corrupt your officials with. When cancer time comes, it's more than a notion, and no amount of money will make that better. Now, yes, I believe that that companies should have a perimeter around their plants non-human habitation perimeter. But what do? They mess up everything. They put the perimeter and then they put more pollution, more poison. So that's not a solution. They don't want a solution. Their idea is focused only on capitalism. Anyway, I'm passing the baton on to talk about quickly, I guess. And let me say, this is Plan G. Talk about the folks in charge. And it's our fault that they're in charge because we either elect them or in other ways appoint them to be over our business. And the first group I call the wimps. They're supposed to be in charge of something. Maybe they're in charge of a pulpit. And their idea is really, they're going to do what they want to anyway. But this, I'm going to let you, they can pass the mic to you, but this is our air, our water, our, our earth, our land, you know, and they're going to do as much as you let them do. All right, Pat.
I'm just saying God tells you. You say the wimps in the church?
Yeah.
Well, God talks to them. You don't talk to them.
I don't even get it. That's over my head. I do know that in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And I know that he put us in charge of the land. And I know that we have failed miserably.
Oh, man. Yeah, because we got to put our bodies on the line. And that's the thing, it's so much fear. Like, when it comes to environmental justice, when it comes to all of it, especially environmental justice, because if you think about it, it's 250 chemical plants between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Think about the powerful lobby that they have.
No inspection. No inspection.
Hold on, let me say.
Yeah.
There's zero inspections.
Zero inspection.
So what does LDEQ actually do?
There's zero inspections. Well, I'll give you an example. You asked me what do they do.
Absolutely.
When Dow blew up 3 months back, Dow blew up. What was that? What was it?
That was
Early summer?
yeah. No, Dow.
Dow is Dow is the largest chemical company in the world. Dow bought up a whole bunch of chemical companies, including the one that blew up in Bhopal, India.
It's the same company.
Yeah. Now listen. They have so much power that there are no inspectors in their plants. Now that's unbelievable. When Dow blew up in Platte, DEQ was called, and citizens, the sheriff told DEQ that something was going on, and asked them what was going on, and DEQ said they didn't know. They were called out and asked.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. I got a story too, Pat.
That they had to block, the sheriff's department had to block the streets and the roads around Highway 1 that passes in front of Dow, so nobody would be injured by what was in the air. Of course, Dow said nothing that escaped went off property.
Yeah.
But people were getting sick all around. There was zero inspectors in the plant. Now, I'm raising that because they're not large problem. There's zero inspectors in any of these plants.
That's right.
Now, how do we correct that? We're putting together a program that will challenge the President of the United States, that will challenge the Congress to create a federal advisory committee. Bear with Washington. A federal advisory committee operated under the laws of the United States can be appointed by the president by executive order or by the Congress and on any particular matter. We will ask President Biden to appoint a committee, federal advisory committee, to study the situation in Cancer Alley and to figure out the best ways to put federal inspectors in all of the plants. Now, what will that do? That will create between 10 and 20,000 new jobs. Jobs that people in the community can be trained for by some university or another, maybe Southern, maybe Xavier, maybe Southern in Suno or Tulane or whatever. Some university would train these people in the skills that they would need to go in and be inspectors. Now, they would need labor unions. We talk to unions. And we think that the best way to get this started is to have public hearings up and down the river in each parish and each city, and have this issue thoroughly debated in Thibodeau, in Homer, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Donaldsonville, all these places.
Allison.
All these places, and we would invite anyone with an interest in it. Who can deny that there is a need for inspectors in these plants? Who can deny that? So this gives Black Lives Matter Black Voters Matter a organizing tool for at least 2 to 3 years. I want you to join me on this now.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is that process, or can that process in any way be impacted by a declaration of a climate crisis? Like, could that expedite, or is that completely?
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt it, but look, this is part of the climate crisis. 1/4 of all the carbons that get into the atmosphere in Louisiana come from this area between Baton Rouge and Platinum Parish, Louisiana.
Mhm.
So, yes, this is a creator. That's enough carbons to come out of this place to kick up a few temperatures, a few degrees, and certainly have an effect on when a hurricane starts.
Yes.
My question is more so, how do we get this funding for Black boards?
What?
Black what?
Funding like resources
For
Black organizations.
For that process?
Yeah.
That's very, very tough.
Yeah, Black Voters Matter. You guys have done very well
Mm-hmm.
on fundraising. And I believe that if this project, we call it a project because it has a beginning and an end. If this project is taken up by Black Voters Matter, we can all work together. You know, I believe in coalition. You see, coalition is a juice that isolates wrongdoers. Coalition is a tool that makes you win rather than those who bring out injustice. So we need to build that kind of coalition between labor, between the youth groups, civil rights groups, all of these groups that are, women's groups, all of these groups, and we need to have as broad as a coalition as possible. And I believe that Black Voters Matter and the NAACP would be giants in this. This is the same kind of coalition we built in 1988. We built a coalition that pulled together 1,000 people to march down the river. And people, 1,000 people that marched from Baton Rouge to New Orleans got the attention of the world.
You said one point from Baton Rouge to New Orleans?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a march.
Oh, real march. When,
Yeah. Yeah.
Robert Taylor was y'all?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had several marches,
yeah,
but that got the attention of the world. One, because we showed them that the environmental movement was at a different consciousness. It was not just white people saying, don't put it in my backyard.
I want to stop you just for a moment because I want to back up a little bit and tell you that a little meat on the bones of what you said earlier, that federally, people had, the chemical companies had to have community partnerships. Somehow that legislation got eaten away. But I remember back in the day, my daughter, who is now 38, was in high school, and we could not, our little organization could not afford scientists. I was ignorant about chemicals, and I asked, and she was doing well in chemistry. I asked her if she would ask her teacher some questions about the chemicals I had heard of that Dow was putting out. We went to a Dow cap meeting right quick, and they had a big spread of food and everything. And, I had kind of come up under Pat. We just looking mean, our arms crossed, looking all sour. And that girl was like, dang, she tore into the food left and right. She's having a great old time. She burped and lit into them with this chemical they're putting out. We know it has this effect on human beings. What are you going to do about it? They were so taken aback that they quickly disbanded their camp. And today, when they had their fire, I called the mayor of St. Gabriel, all the environmentalists left, so forth and so on, and nobody wanted to say nothing. They were more like, oh, well, it didn't come over here. That's in, that's across the way, so to speak. I want to get to this point right quick. All of the environmental, you all with Black Voters Matter are in a different position. All the environmental justice organizations that get big money, get that big money. They are led by white people. They pick a community, to fund.
And sometimes they have black faces up front.
Right, we know.
Like Sierra Club just picked up
A black leader.
Big Jones.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I was just saying, and some of these groups, they have a black face, but still,